Ben Shapiro lays down a phenomenal answer to why God exists. Check it out.
What is your favorite argument for God's existence and why?
So my favorite argument for God's existence is that I believe in free will. Okay, the reason that I think this is an argument for God's existence is because if you believe that human beings are essentially just balls of meat wandering around aimlessly in the universe, the kind of Spinoza's stone that thinks that it was moving of its own accord but actually was thrown, if you believe that and you don't believe in free will, then there's an internal coherence and logic to it. If you believe that you have the ability to make independent choices, that you can actually supersede your own biological drives and the environment around you to any extent, even to the smallest extent, this means that you believe in something that can't actually be proved by science, but that you are living every single day. And the notion that you have that will, and not only that you have that will, but that will is capable of comprehending the universe around you, that your will is your ideas, your ability to comprehend the universe is a reflection of a reality, of an objective truth that is out there. That says to me that there is a God, there's a common source that stands behind that objective truth and stands behind the mind that can comprehend that truth.
Because here's the thing, how could you have free will without a higher consciousness above you? Because then in reality, we would be God in many ways. We would be the highest form of consciousness if we could have free will, and yet there's nothing above us. But I think it's safe to assume that you and I are conscious right now, that something within you is allowing you to make decisions, and that is the gift of free will. The ability to make choices separate from our biological makeup. I mean, think about this. I've had many pulls to do certain things. My brain, my body wants to do certain things, but yet I can choose not to. You can choose not to. I can observe the creation around me, the universe around me, and take it in and be aware that I am aware. That's free will. That's consciousness. They go hand in hand. And God has given us both. The Bible says from one man he made every nation of men that they should inhabit the whole earth, and he determined their appointed times and the boundaries of their lands. God intended that they would seek him and perhaps reach out for him and find him, though he is not far from each one of us. God intends us to discover him. And he gives us the ability to notice, to rationalize, to look, to observe, to seek. And he gives us clues of his existence. Creation is a massive clue. We are a massive clue. And to think that you are just the results of natural chance and occurrences is preposterous. When you know right now watching this, the atheist knows right now wherever he is, that he is conscious. At this point in time, he is aware. How is that possible? It's one thing to be robotic and none of us are conscious. We're just moving throughout life, but there's no real observance. It's all robotic. It's all automatic. There's no self-awareness. It's just mechanism. But we all know deep down, we can see it with our eyes and our ears. We can hear it. With our thoughts, we can observe it, that we are conscious. We are aware of ourselves, of those around us, and we are able to make choices, even when the flesh wants us to do something contrary. Deep down, you have a soul. You have a spirit. Because here's the thing. When God made man from the dust, he didn't stop there. Listen to this. Then the Lord God formed man of dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. You have the physical, these physical bodies made from the earth. Then you have the breath of life, the spirit being blown into our physical bodies. And what happens as a result? We become a living soul. Body, spirit, soul, all working together. And these bodies are going to fade away one day. But our spirit, our soul, returns to God. And God will judge where we go for eternity. God will judge where we go as an immaterial spirit. He wants us to go to heaven. He wants us to experience him forever. But God cannot have sin in his presence. That's why Jesus came to wash us with his own blood, to prepare us for eternity, to cleanse us from all the evil and the wickedness we've committed, so we can be free to be with him for now and forever. But when we refuse him, when we choose sin and darkness over God, that evil and that darkness weighs down upon our soul, quenches our spirit. And when we die, we fall down into the abyss, into the darkness, because of our own sin. And friends, our sin can be as little as pride, as little as telling a white lie. Sin is sin. Regardless of how great or small it is, it's still darkness and evil. That's why the blood cleanses us even down to the conscience, even down to the innermost parts of who we are. The blood must cleanse us so we can be free to be with God, to be delivered from the bondage and the evil and the wickedness. Oh friends, if you know right now you're living in sin, turn to Jesus with your whole heart. Turn to him with your life because he cares for you and he wants you to know who he is so that you can be who God called you to be. He loves you. He desires your salvation. God bless you.